Today we're going to be screen printing this beautiful silver shimmer by International Coatings. It's a little bit thick, y'all, because you know I left the top off and I've probably had this stuff for a couple of years. I'm just adding in what's called curable reducer. When your ink is a little bit thick and it's kind of hard to work with, if you add in just a little bit to your ink and stir it up really good, it will make it nice and creamy so that you can use it. Now, the rule of thumb for most inks is going to be to add no more than about an eighth of what it is that you're working. And if you notice, I am struggling with this ink. It has been sitting here for quite some time, and I'm really trying to mix it in, and I'm trying to get around the side walls and all of that, y'all. But I'm just going to take my time and mix it. And I decided to add in a little bit more reducer, and that's what you see now. And then I decided, you know what? No need of me working myself to death. Let me go ahead and pull out this drill, because one thing that I do know is that if you're having problems with thick ink, especially here in the wintertime, it's cold in my shop. If you take a drill, honey, and drill that ink around and just, stir it up with that drill, look at how I'm hitting all those walls, and look at how that ink is starting to cream. Now, like I said, don't add any more than an eighth to whatever it is that you're doing, 1/10 at the top, like a 1 to 10 ratio, because too much curable reducer will make the ink too thin. Now, I do recommend running this shimmer through something like a 80 mesh, or yeah, about an 80 mesh screen would be really nice to run it through, and would give you a nice vibrant silver. But you're going to see me do this today with a 123 mesh, I believe, and it's going to turn out great. So I've mixed it up. That little mixer is, I got those off of Amazon. This is the consistency that you want, guys. Look at that. Now it's nice and creamed up. So I'm going to go ahead and cream up my red, because the design that we are going to do is going to be on black shirts. It's a birthday design, and this red, it's not thick. I just got it, but it's a little bit thicker, and you should kind of cream it up. It is a Vortex red from over at GSG. So now I've got my design, and it is 2 screens, as I said, and I'm just kind of lining it up a little bit onto the press, and hopefully I can get this thing fixed really fast to where I don't have any drama or any hiccups with this screen. And all I'm doing is I have a line that's going straight down the plate, and I'm just lining it up to that center line. So now it's time to go ahead and load up the ink, and I'm going to go ahead and load some of that ink up on the screen. And I like to spread my ink out, because if you notice, I do use like regular painter's tape. This one is the Scotch brand, Scotch tape. Yes, I believe it's called the Scotch painter's tape. And it needs to be kind of wet, or kind of, with the ink sliding across it so that it's smooth. So now here's my red. Look at how vibrant that red is. I'm really impressed with this red. But you wait till you see it on a black shirt. We're not going to use a underbase on it. Okay, guys, it's time for the test print. And to do the test print today, we're going to use these blue shop towels. this is a tip, okay? Cheapskate tip, okay? If you are using t-shirts all the time, get you some blue shop tiles. Okay, they print great. They're a lot cheaper than Pellons. They're a lot cheaper than using an extra t-shirt or something like that. And just go ahead and just lay a couple of them on there. Sometimes I can get away with one if it's just a smaller or regular size design. This one is kind of oversized, so I did pull off two pieces, and you see I left that extra piece hanging over the palette on the side, because if I do that first test print and I don't get what I want, then I can just flip those pieces over and just print on top of those. So let's go ahead and let's flood our red. And when I start printing, I will flood a couple of times, and that's just opens up that screen mesh to push that through. Both of these screens that I'm working with today happen to be brand new screens from GSG, and they are 123 mesh. I would have did it with a 110 mesh, but they're 123. I decided, I don't want to print the red first because I don't want the red underneath the silver screen. So I decided to go ahead and do the test print and do the silver first. That way, I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to push this silver through, but that way, once I print the silver, nothing will ever be up underneath that screen. If on the second print, the silver will be up underneath the red screen, because I am going to print this wet on wet right now, y'all, but that's the first print. Look at it. Look at that silver. The video absolutely does not do the silver justice. International Coatings is the only silver that I will use because it is so vibrant and beautiful. They're golds, they're metallics. They just make some really, really good specialty inks, y'all. Let's go ahead and lay this red and see how this job comes out. Ooh, happy birthday, Miss Sin. Look at that, y'all. Look at that silver. That silver is popping, honey, and that red is hot like fire. I can't wait to see this on these black shirts, y'all. Now, this red is a opaque red from over at GSG. I'm really impressed with it. It is bright red, and it's an opaque red that prints really well without an underbase, and it's GSG's house brand. Okay, let's see if these colors pop on this black shirt. We're going to start with our silver, and I'm going to do a print flash print on this. So I'm going to print my silver first and just running it through and getting in my rotation, and there is my first pass of silver, and I just flashed it real quick, just about a 7-second flash, guys. And then we're going to go ahead and drop that down and flood and push that red through. And on this first pass, that job actually looks really, really good. I'm just going to go ahead and flash it and bring it back through. Now, it does look faster than it's showing in the video, but the flashes are 7-second flashes. Let's go ahead and print this top coat here of our red. And guys, I'm going to raise it up and then drop it back down. If you have good registration and you print something and then you kind of raise it up and drop it back down, it'll just add an extra layer of red and make that red really, really pop. So I went ahead and I flashed that red and just kind of touching it, and to see if it's warm. I actually thought that this was cool, so I went ahead and I printed the second top coat of my silver, and if you notice, I raised it up and then flooded it again and then went back down because I want this to show up really nice and pretty on the black shirt. Now I messed up, guys. Look, right here, my flash had gotten hot, and so it made that little ugly mark on my H where the ink actually stuck up underneath the screen. But I'm going to go and flash it and go back over it. This is just a test print for the video, so not a big deal, but this is looking amazing. I'm loving this red, and I am also loving the silver. So don't be afraid to play around with colors and try different things. This design was actually supposed to just be red and white. And I told Ken we should do this with silver. Look at how it pops, and look at how that red is popping on that black shirt. So I'm just going to go ahead and flash it. And my part of the job is pretty much done now, guys. I'm going to flash, 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 flash. And look, I bring it up when it's heated, when it's smoking like that. If it's smoking like that, then you know that that shirt is done. Be careful not to like over flash. When you over flash your red, then it will be really shiny. So kind of keep that in mind if you're drying with a flash. I'm going to actually be running these through the conveyor dryer. Ken is here now, and y'all know that Ken does all of the printing. So go ahead and enjoy some of this work, and I will see you guys in the next video. Look at that. Happy birthday, Miss Sin. You guys, make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel if you like the video. You know what I'm saying? And watch out for more content because I plan to start putting up more content here on the channel. Thanks, and let me know in the comments what you think about this red, if it's popping, if it's hot or not, and what you think about that silver. Y'all have a good one.